Hi everybody, welcome back to Goodnight Lighthouse. I'm Miss Dorothy and I'm here to read you another story. And I have a book about somebody we know. Do you remember recently, just a little while ago, I read you a book about our new friend the tractor, our new friend Otis. Remember? There he is. There's Otis. Well, I told you I thought I had more and I was going to go look for more. And I found more books about Otis. And this one is so exciting because it's called Otis and the Tornado. Tornado? Do you know what a tornado is? A tornado is a big, big windstorm that comes up and picks everything up. And when it comes, you have to run and hide someplace safe. And Otis and his friends on the farm are out on the farm when a tornado comes. What are they going to do? Where are they going to hide? We're going to have to get into this book and find out and make sure everybody is safe from the tornado. Are you ready to get inside this Otis book with Miss Dorothy? Good. I need you to sit up and listen up because here we go. Otis and the Tornado, written by Loren Long. Life was calm on the farm where the friendly little tractor named Otis lived. It was summer. The sun shined bright. The birds chirped. And after all the work was done, Otis and his friend the little calf liked to play. Look, there's Otis and his best friend the little calf. They would gather all their farm friends for a grand game of follow the leader. They would take turns being the leader as they marched along. Otis would go first, putt-puffity-puttity-chuff, followed by the little calf, who would bound ahead, bawling all the while. Soon the horse would trot to the lead with a neigh, neigh, as his hooves clip-clop, clip-clopped. Finally, the ducks would waddle to the front with a chorus of quack, 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 quack. They all followed the leader, up by the apple tree, around the barn, down the rolling hill, past Mud Pond, beyond the cornfield, across the meadow, and along the banks of Mud Creek. What a fun crowd they were! Everyone was so friendly, except the bull. The bull was nobody's friend. When he was not in his pen, he was kept in a pasture all by himself. Wow, he looks big and mean. If any of the other farm animals got close, the bull would stand at the fence and snort and snarl and huff hot air. Suddenly, with a burst, he would run back and forth along the fence. Then he would stop and glare at them like a statue, never moving a muscle except to flare his nostrils. The bull did not like anyone, and everyone was afraid of him. Wow, I wonder why he's being so mean. Once Otis tried to make friends with the bull. He took him a shiny red apple from the apple tree, invited him to play. But the bull snorted and snarled and glared at Otis. Then he stomped his hooves in the dirt and charged. The bull slammed into the fence, just inches away from where Otis stood. From that day on, Otis stayed clear of the bull altogether. Wow, Otis learned not to go near the bull. One day, the farm skies began to swirl and turn dark. The winds blew and the rain came down. The animals in the barn grew restless and jittery. The skies tumbled and turned and tumbled. Otis didn't mind the rain, but there was something different about this storm that he could feel deep down in his pipes. Ooh, this is a dangerous storm. All at once the wind stopped blowing, not even a breeze, and the rain disappeared. The sky turned a strange shade of green, and the farm fell completely still. The only sound Otis heard as he puffed toward the barn was the farmer shouting in the distance, "It's coming fast! Get down in the cellar!" The farmer was in such a hurry that he had no time for the animals. What was all the fuss about? Otis wondered. Then he turned and saw something that rattled his frame and shook his fenders. What are they all running from? A tornado! Look! Look at the twisty cone way off there in the distance. That's a tornado. It's big wind and it's headed their way. And it was heading straight towards the farm. What would happen to all the animals locked in the barn? Otis sprung into action. He nudged the latch of the little calf's stall until the door swung open. Next, Otis freed the pig and the sheep. The winds howled closer. He stretched to unlock the horses and the cow's doors. At the same time, click, clack, the animals were free. They followed Otis out of the barn and into the swirling wind. They followed him down the rolling hill, past Mud Pond, beyond the cornfield, across the meadow, over the bank, and down into Mud Creek. They have to get down someplace safe. Tucked down at the lowest part of the farm, Otis and the little calf and all their farm friends felt safe. Otis sighed with relief. Now they just had to huddle together and wait it out. They would be safe down there. But just as they squeezed close and tight, Otis heard an awful bellowing cry, the sound of a large creature in trouble. The bull! He was locked in his pen. From the safety of Mud Creek, Otis saw the tornado speeding in the terrified animal's direction. Oh no, they forgot all about the bull! Lightning crashed. The tornado howled. The bull screamed, and in a flash, Otis was gone. He raced across the meadow, putt, puff, puffity, chuff, beyond the cornfield, past Mud Pond, and up the rolling hill to the bull pen. Otis found the bull, tucked under the shed, shaking in fear. Oh no, the poor bull! Otis tried to unlatch the gate. It was locked. He slammed head-on into it. The gate shook but held firmly. Otis rammed it again. The gate teetered. The bull wailed like a baby. He's so scared. Otis spun around, threw himself in reverse, revved his engine, and charged backward into the gate. Crash! The gate shattered into pieces. Otis shook himself off, gave the bull a friendly chuff, and peeled out. Will the bull follow him? Yes, the bull followed Otis down the rolling hill, past Mud Pond, and beyond the cornfield. The tornado roared like a freight train as they crossed the meadow. And just as Otis and the bull dove for cover over the bank and into Mud Creek, the tornado touched down, narrowly missing them. Oh my! Otis, the little calf, the bull, and all the farm friends ducked their heads and closed their eyes. They'd never heard such a fury or felt such a rage, but they were all safely tucked down in the Muddy Creek bed at the lowest part of the farm, and they stayed huddled there until long after the tornado had passed. Otis kept everybody safe. They came out only when it was calm and the sun shined bright, and the birds began to chirp. They found a farm that needed great repair. Wow, the tornado had broke so many things on the farm. But when the work was all over and it was time to play, the farm friends discovered that they had a new playmate. This one snorted and stomped his hooves in the dirt. He flared his nostrils and huffed hot air. But instead of a snarl and a glare, he wore a happy grin and a friendly gaze as he took his place in line with Otis and the little calf in the grand game of Follow the Leader. The end. Yay! Otis saved the day! He saved all the animals from the tornado, including the bull, who didn't want to be their friend. The bull was not very nice to anybody. But when the tornado came, it didn't matter that the bull wasn't nice. Otis was still going to be a good person, and he was still going to go save the bull. And he did! Otis ran up there, helped the bull get out, and took everybody to where it was safe until the tornado was all gone. Otis is a good friend. You know why he's such a good friend? Because he was kind to somebody when they weren't kind to him. That's really good. That's a great thing to be. Sometimes people aren't very kind when you first meet them, but if you'll be kind to them, they'll eventually become your friends and be kind to you. Because when you're kind to people, it usually causes people to be kind back. That's why kindness is so important. That's why it's important for you to be a good friend to everybody. And you need to try to do that tomorrow. Because tonight, it's time for you to to get into bed. I need all my little tractors to get under their covers, get cuddled up, curled up, ready for a really good night's sleep. And tomorrow, when you're out playing, if there's somebody that's not very nice, try to be nice to them and see if that will help them to be nice back to you. That's a great thing to do. Another great thing to do? Obey, and obey right away. And then come back and see Miss Dorothy, because I'm going to be sitting right here, ready to read another book to you. Bye! Thanks for reading with Miss Dorothy. I hope you enjoyed this book, and I hope you'll come back soon to read another. What's your favorite book? Drop Miss Dorothy a note and let me know. I'll go find it, and I'll read it to you. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share. I'll see you soon.